Hey friends! We just finished a new pen day video, but it kind of launched me into this whole, I think I need to empty my pens for 2025. Or at least I need to try to scribble away the rest of it, because, I don't know, I was fine with carrying over most of these pens, and all of a sudden I just want to do currently inks to empty some of them and also show you the interesting color palette that I've suddenly fallen upon without realizing. And that's what we're here to do now. I did switch over my notebook covers, but it's pretty much the same format. I've already done my 2026 cover page, kind of. So what we're gonna do is try to find a blank page before it. Okay, so we're just gonna do a really quick currently inked, and then I will feel better. I don't know if I'll bust out the inks themselves or if I'll just scribble them. I'm feeling kind of lazy, so I might not. I think I'll just scribble them from my pen. But you know, some people don't like big swatches anyways, so this is for those people. We've got our currently inked stickers. My sticker shop, can use that. I like that this Dear Emmy leather cover has a little pocket here, so I can just slip this in here. All right, here we go. Currently inked. Today is actually, it's not December anymore. It is January 2nd, 2025. Let's start with this one. I did find that I was so busy during the holidays, and I did want to ink up Colorverse inks and Diamine inks, but I ended up not really doing that because of how busy I got, and most of my content was actually pre-filmed. But the thing is, I put it in this Lamy All-Star, and I didn't even get to use it until I started my plotter for this year. And what I found is that it feathers in the plotter paper. I couldn't believe that. I think this is dark purple. This is a medium nib. Lamy All-Star Dark Purple with, I'm gonna cheat because I've been calling it Erebus, but I think it's Erebus Crater. I don't remember if that's something that I came up with or if that's actually the name. Erebus Crater. Colorverse. Color Vent 2025 Erebus Crater. I need to go and vote for the inks of the year because this one is really, really nice. It's this dark gray, but it's got so much depth to it because there's like a dark green, there's purple, there's blue. It's so good. I'll show you when the swatch dries. So that's one of them. The next one is actually also a Diamine, an Ink Vent ink, but I also didn't get to use this one that often. This is probably my favorite ink from Diamine Ink Vent 2025, but I just haven't been using it. And I think it's a little dry, but I can't tell because this is such a broad nib. Oh shit! It's all over my arm and desk and crap. This is not, sorry about that. This is not a mess-free zone, apparently. Nothing has changed since 2025. Sorry. Is it even, let's zoom you in. Okay, is it out of focus? Is it any better? Why does it, let me calm down, reset my camera, make sure there's no ink elsewhere. Okay, I'm so frustrated. It looks good though, doesn't it? It's my favorite ink from, I don't understand why it zooms out when I'm trying to write, or like it doesn't focus anymore. Is it because this is off center? The thing is, there's like ink pots and a drink to my right because I have a little bit of a mess going and I don't want to push those off of the table. Okay, Bennu Euphoria. What the heck? In Abroad. Let's move you out a little. This is Diamine. Can you guys see it? Diamine Bubbly. It's just so bright and overexposed. Is it the lighting? Could be the lighting. That's so weird. Yeah, when I press down on the page, the camera changes. Okay, obviously this is like a cursed pen or something. This one is, oh my god, I did not intend for it to be over there. Wow. So this is the Nautilus snake pen of the year. I don't think I've ever, Nautilus 2025 pen of the year, the snake pen. And it has this beautiful snake. I don't think snakes are beautiful, but I think this thing is beautiful. It's got like emerald little jewels on the eyes, and it has a beautiful, beautiful resin and trim. I remember making a video of this and then never posting it because I was so busy at the start of last year. And this kind of ended up being my birthday pen because I wanted something for the year of the snake, and I didn't use it for the entire year after that. After I wrote it dry, I stopped using it because this is a medium nib. It's like a fine medium. It's just like their tines are so tight. I pulled it back out because I realized that I should do my top 5 pens of the year video, but I was like, oh wait, I should re-ink the pens I've bought this year or in 2025 so that I can get a better idea of which ones I actually liked. And if I've only used it once, I should try to re-ink it again. So that's what I was kind of trying to do, just re-ink pens. So that's why this one's even in here with Tiranishi Lady Emerald. I think this must be a very, very wet ink because it is fantastic for this pen. I don't have as much of a gripe about it anymore, the pen, and it's just kind of nice. I'm uncomfortably close. I don't know about you guys. So there's that one. It's very, very beautiful. There is this discontinuity in the resin right here. There's like a cut, and I ended up never reaching out to the store that I bought it from because I think I was just way too busy and overwhelmed in that time of my life. And now we have it. Here is my Twsbi Eco Matcha. That's also a pen that I got this year. Actually, the Lamy All-Star is also a pen that I got in 2025. Well, at this point, we might as well just squeeze the ink and see where it ends up. This is inked up with a Colorverse Color Vent ink as well from 2025. It has been a little bit troublesome because I haven't been able to write with it properly. It's like the ink doesn't want to be on the page. This is Twsbi Eco Matcha with a medium nib. It makes my medium write thinner, like finer. And then Colorverse Blue Hole. I think it's a beautiful color and it has really, really nice shading when it dries. There's some green that comes out, but it's a very hard ink to write with for some reason. You can read it. It's pretty washed out in the camera, but on paper you can read it. So it's legible, but for some reason it just doesn't want to deliver. Like the flow of it is not very good, or at least it's not good in this Twsbi. But this Twsbi was very wet when I inked it up with a different ink. Also, I was twisting the piston all month and it just doesn't want it. I forgot I had this one inked up. This is a Sailor Fude de Manon, and it is completely dried out. Not completely. Is there a backup ink cartridge in here? There is. But this one, you can see there's still all this ink in here. There's no like seal in the cap, so I guess it dries out a little bit. Let me dip it in water and see where that takes us. Oh, that's nice. So this is going to be a little more gray because it's been dipped in water, but this is just your regular Sailor black ink cartridge. Sailor Fude de Manon. I don't use this pen because I don't really like it. It's awkwardly long. I don't use it for sketching as much as I thought I would, and it dries out. The variation of the line widths is cool depending on the angle that you hold your pen at. However, I have learned over the years that I actually like my writing to look as consistent as possible, so I don't really like variation. Unless it's intentional variation, like unless I'm sitting down to do calligraphy. Otherwise, I don't like that, like this was so big, this was so small, and even in different directions, my handwriting is just all wonky. Some people really enjoy that, I do not. So that leads us into this pen also. This is the Sailor 1911 Standard, or S, and finally, all the ink is almost gone. I put this ink in a Sailor Pro Gear Slim with a medium nib, and it would not write. It was so dry, it just wouldn't come out. But this one, maybe we'll do it up here, it has a music nib, and it makes it write very, very well. The ink comes out of it no problem at all. And I think I've had this inked for maybe 3 or 4 months. Finally, it's getting empty. But yeah, when I put it in my medium nib Sailor, oh, sorry, I hated it. It made me so mad. I hate this ink. I'm sorry. But in this pen, it's not bad. 1911 S. I don't remember the colorway. I think it was like olive something. Key lime. It's key lime, I think. Sailor 1911, but it has a music nib. So that also gives you variation that's different in whatever direction and whatever angle you hold the pen at. This is a music nib. So this is with Dominant Industry. I'm gonna say Dominant Eye. Chicken in the Sky with Diamonds. It's an incredibly long name. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This is my Sailor. Oh my god, I am going crazy. This is not a Sailor, but it is beautiful like a Sailor. It is my Platinum 3776 Misty Bloom. I don't want to waste this ink, but I'm gonna do it because there was a discussion on Simone's Discord today, actually, about this ink, and I only have a sample, so I don't actually know what it's supposed to look like, but apparently, see, mine is very purple, and it's almost like there's a metallic silver behind it, and when I lay it down, it's just so beautiful to me because it's not a purple I've ever really seen. There's like a silver purpley to it, and I thought that's what the sterling silver meant, but I couldn't really figure out why it never really looked like silver. My swatches, they look purple. When you lay it down, it's this silver purple, and then it dries into an indigo like color, and to me, I think that's beautiful. And it also matches well with this Misty Bloom pen color. It's not exact because it's more of an indigo, but I still like it. It also reminds me of my plotter, the Shiranami one, because it's got like the silver undertone, but it's, or no, the blue undertone, but it's like silver on top. Oh crap. Why does this happen? I just showered. Okay, you can see it's starting to dry right over here on the left side. That's the color that it dries to. But I love this one because it changes right after you lay it down. Okay, so this is Platinum 3776 Century Misty Bloom Medium with Birmingham Pen Company Sterling Silver. And what I have learned from this is that Birmingham Pen Company cannot be trusted with consistency between their batches, which I kind of already knew, but I'm scared because I really want a full-size bottle of this. But if this comes out silver, I will be devastated because I do not want a gray ink. I want this purpley blue silver ink. If you hear noises, it's the cat ripping at the bed. Next one is this. Where did this ink come from? Where did the ink come from? You guys, did I just dip my finger into it? I'm not happy. I have really enjoyed this one in the month of December. This is the Pilot Custom 743 Verdigris. And honestly, seeing the price increases that were announced for January 1st of this year, it made me appreciate this pen even more because I am glad that I was able to get it. First of all, because it's going to be discontinued. And secondly, I'm glad I was able to get it at a price that isn't what it is today. And I don't know. This one is just so beautiful, the body. And I love greens, but the nib writes deliciously. Is that a word? It's like there's no fuss to it. Although sometimes it's so buttery smooth that it can slip off the page. Or I feel like it's gonna slip off the page, but I don't know. The other thing is you have to put a Pilot ink in there. You don't have to, but it likes its wet inks. Pilot Custom 743 with a medium nib. This one has Pilot CO Row. I know I've put a non-Pilot ink in there, and I've actually put shimmer ink in here, which I probably shouldn't have, but it worked, and it was just like okay. So for a while this pen was just okay to me, but when I put their own ink in here, it is like, this is one of the best pens ever. of my entire collection. Now this one was a little disappointing. I considered this one a Grail pen. I never ended up filming it because it was a busy time, but I ended up inking it up because I was having a really, really rough day before Christmas. And I inked it up once before, and then I put it away because I don't know, I have problems. Sometimes I feel like I get a really expensive pen and I don't deserve it, and then I just keep it in its box and I don't really touch it. But more so, it was just that I was just so stressed and busy last year. Or no, the year that I got this. It was at the end of, it was during my like engagement / wedding season that was so stressful. And I don't know what is up with me not letting myself enjoy the things that I buy. And I think it's because there's like emotional something to it. But I'm gonna try to change that this year as well, to enjoy my stuff, use what I have, not buy more, even though I fell for the Atlas sale. But maybe I also need to practice like not being so hard on myself if I do end up buying something. Pelican M800 blue black stripes with a fine nib. And I don't know if it's the fine nib or if this ink is actually drier than I thought it would be, or is there just a moderate flow? Because when I use my medium Pelican, it's like the greatest thing on this earth. But this fine one, it makes me think like, oh, it's just alright. Isn't that weird? Pelican M800 blue black fine with diamine Monbodo's hat. I forget what it's called. Monbodo's hat. It's supposed to be like a magician, right? And I thought there was some sheen to this ink, but it's kind of just dull. I don't remember why I was so excited when I bought it. And then I don't know if I'm gonna put myself in this situation next year or 2026, because I really want to force myself to use ink samples, but I really enjoy using bottles, especially because I already know how the ink behaves. With an ink sample, I don't know how it will behave in a pen, and it might end up giving me a pen experience that's not very favorable. Kind of like how I've never inked up with this before, I've never inked up with this before, and they were kind of just disappointing. But I never inked up with sterling silver before, and I've been in love with it. So maybe it's not the fact that it's a sample, it's the fact that it's new to me, which is strange because I love buying new ink. But I think it's like with a bottle, you get to try it and get to know your ink for quite a few fills. Well, actually a lot of fills. But for a sample, you can only fill up once or twice, maybe 3 times. And then that's the only way you know if you hate it or not. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes sense because you don't want to commit to a full bottle without trying a sample. I think I'm just having more issue of inking up with an unfamiliar ink than I thought I would be. Like, you'd think I'd be excited to try a new ink in a pen. So interesting. Okay, so, oh, I also need to show you my other pens that are still inked up. There's still some that are lying around the house, but I know I have a Mahjong Wankai Mini with Stipula Black in there. I'm not gonna swatch that one, but I will show you these other ones. These were the biggest surprise from 2025, and I thought I was gonna include them in my top pens from 2025 video, but I don't think I will if I'm gonna share them here, because they were probably gonna be an honorable mention. I've had these for a few months now. I made the video, it's called like 5 Below fountain pens or something. That's where I got it from. For $5, you can get all of these pens, and they are actually still inked up with their original ink cartridges. They're just a little dried out. Let's see. I did start them up again about 2 weeks ago, so let's see if they are still dry. The blue one is not too bad. This one actually does make it bleed, or not bleed. Actually, yeah, sometimes bleed, but mostly feather in my plotter. But this is 5 Below. It might be dried out now. Yeah, I think the ink evaporates. I don't know what I would fill these back up with, but maybe the pigment inks. Although, then it might clog up if it dries out so quickly. Which makes sense because these caps do not have any type of seal. The yellow one. Wow, I had to dip these in water and start them back up, but they're not bad. 5 below. Here's the pink. Whoa. These are not bad at all. I would gift these to anybody who wants to start fountain pens and is on a serious budget. The green one was really good too. Although on camera it doesn't want to be. Come on. I think this is a little dry. Could be because I used all of it. Or not because I used all of it, but most of it probably evaporated. Okay, this one needs a little dip. There we go. We've got the other yellow. Oh, you know what? We don't need to write 5 below over and over. Oh no, this is green. The pen, I swear, looks yellow, but the ink is green. Purple. It's very smooth. It gives the experience of a platinum preppy, I would say. It might write better than my Lamy up there. This one might actually be out of ink. I used up the black because it was the most standard color, and it was really, really nice to put it in my plotter and carry it in my purse because I had no care if this would break. And it's been great. Last but not least, this weird peachy color. Definitely dried out. Dip. Okay. I don't like this one just because of the color. But that's all. So, oh wait, there's one more. This is the Kaweco Sport. I bought this year from the Penny Post. And it was writing amazingly. And now it won't write. I don't know if it got too much shimmer caught in it, but it literally won't write, and it's super aggravating, but here we go. It could be the amount of shimmer that was in there, because that looks like a lot. This is Kaweco. Yeah, it's really bad. Let me dip it in water and see what happens. Kaweco Sport. Okay, Sport green. Do you see this? This is horrible with diamine. And like, I try to push the ink up. I think it just has too much shimmer in it. I'm gonna wipe it. It wrote beautifully for one A6 page, and then that was it. Green, diamine. It's diamine fur and fog. Maybe there's too much shimmer in that one, but I literally can't. I can't write with it, unfortunately. Come on. Nope, nothing. Alrighty, well, here's what I'm going to keep. I wanted to unink all of it, but I think I'm definitely uninking this. I'm keeping this one because of the Erebus Crater. It might be a limited run on the ink, that from the Colorverse, unless it gets voted into the full bottle. I think for the Twsbi, I'm actually gonna empty it and then put the ink in a different pen, because there might just be something off about this nib and like the surface tension of the ink. I don't really know the relationship between the pen and the ink or the paper, but I know in my Midori MD One Day One Page, it like doesn't like to take steel nibs for some reason. I'm definitely keeping this one because I really, really like this one, and I only have sample of the Birmingham Pen Company ink. Ow, I just sliced myself on my Galen leather washi holder. What a video. I'm gonna keep the Pelican because it still has a lot of ink in there and I don't want to waste it. But everything else, I'm emptying this one because I didn't really like the pen. It's better than it was before, but I don't know. It's writing better than it was last time I inked it up, but it's still not wooing me. This one is almost done, thankfully. This one, maybe I'll keep this one too, just because I only have a small bottle of bubbly from the Diamine ink vent, and then I will keep these until they run out because I don't feel like washing them out yet, and also it's not like I'm itching to put ink in those ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 pens. I'm not gonna count these. I'm also not gonna count the Fude de Manin because I'll probably hold this for drawing and stuff on a side. So realistically, it's just 5 pens carried over from 2025, which is not bad. These are not my top 5, but the thing is, it's funny that like some people, 5 currently inked is already enough for them, but for me, I'm in like the 15 range. So anything I add from here on out is just fine. Like I like having 11 to 15 inked up for the month. It just gives me enough to grab and appreciate between pens. If I use the same pen every day, I'd probably cry. There's that. Although, if I was forced to, I'd probably... This one I used for a few days consecutively, and I was very happy with it. So, yeah. That is all for now. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, you can watch some more fountain pen videos here. Until then, I will talk to you soon. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.